everyone, this is Sir G, Junior High School from the Division of Quezon City. Welcome to another Math 21 with Sir G, another grade 10 lesson to be discussed. Without further ado, join me. So in today's lesson, we're going to talk about the measure of position. So these are important measures which divide the distributions into parts or subgroups. Percentiles are used to divide the distribution into 100 parts, while deciles divide the distribution into 10 subgroups, and quartiles divide the distribution into 4 subgroups. So this is the measure of position. So let's talk about the quartiles for ungrouped data. So the formula for quarter 1, quarter 2, and quarter 3 for ungrouped data are as follows. So Q sub 1, meaning first quartile, is equal to n over 4, where n is the number of samples or the sample size. So Q sub 2 or quartile 2 is equal to twice of the number of samples divided by 4, or simply n over 2. And of course for quartile 3, so Q sub 3 is equal to 3 times n all over 4. So these are the formulas for getting each quartiles in ungrouped data. So let us have an illustrative example. So finding the quartiles of the data set. So the number of nuclear power plants in top 15 nuclear power producing countries in the world are listed below. So the first, second, and third quartiles of the data set. What can you conclude? Alright. So by the way, the source of this information is the International Atomic Energy Agency. So each countries which is not named, because our focus here are the statistics. Okay, the first country has 7 nuclear power plant, the second has 18, the third has 11, the fourth has 6, the fifth has 59, the sixth has 17, next one is 18, 54. Oh, powerhouse, 104 nuclear power plants, 20, 31, 8, 10, 15, and 19. So there are 15 top countries who has nuclear power producing plants, no? So the first thing that we're going to do for step number 1, we are going to arrange the number of nuclear power plants in increasing order, no? So we took 6 the first, followed by 7, until we end up to 104 power plants. And after doing so, the next thing that we're going to do is to use the formula for quartile 1, 2, and 3. And please take note that the number of samples we have is 15, because there are 15 countries talked about in this nuclear power plant producing countries, no? Alright, to get the quartile 1 position, okay, we have the Q sub 1 is equal to n over 4, where n is equal to 15, so 15 over 4. So plugging in that to your calculator, then you will arrive at 2.75, or simply at the 4th position. For quartile number 2, of course, your n is 15 all over 2, that is 7.5, or simply at the 8th position. And for quartile 3, that is 3n over 4, then simply plugging in your n, which is 15, divided by 4, so that would be 11.25, or at the 12th position. Now going back to the list of the number of power plants in each countries, arranged from smallest to highest. So quartile 1 is at the 4th position, quartile 2 is at the 8th position, position. So therefore, quartile number 1 is 10, quartile number 2 is 18, and num quartile 3 is 31. And that's how to get quartile 1, 2, and 3 for ungrouped data. Alright, I hope that is clear. Alright. Okay. So here are the list of scores resulting from a math examination administered to 40 students. So therefore, the sample size here is 40. Here are the scores. We have 91, 62, etc. Alright? So, supposing we are asked to get the first quartile, the second quartile, and the third quartile. So, okay, using the formula for ungrouped data, again, the sample size is 40. So for quartile number 1, that would be 40 over 4, or we can look for the value for quartile 1 at the 10th position. For quartile 2, okay, so again, your n is equal to 40 divided by 2, so that quartile number 2 is at the 20th position, and for quartile 3, okay, so plugging in n, which is equal to 40, so we will arrive at 30th position. So we can get the value for quartile 3 at the 30th position. And of course, from these scores, alright, we're going to arrange the scores in smallest to highest, no? So here we go. So let's locate the 10th position. So the 10th position is your quartile number 1, so that would be 52. And for the 20th position for quartile 3 is 66, and for the 30th position is 89. So thus, quartile 1 is 52, quartile 2 is 66, and quartile 3 is 89. So quite easily done. Okay? Alright, so that's how to deal with the quartiles, or getting the quartiles for ungrouped data. So at this juncture, we are going to move into getting the deciles for ungrouped data. And the formula for this measure of position is d sub k is equal to kn over 10, where d is the decile and k are numbers from 1 to 9. Take note that in deciles, we we made 10 subgroups, no? That's why we have over 10 here. And of course, n here is still your sample size. So let us have an exercise. So again, using our previous given, here are the list of scores resulting from a math examination administered to 40 students. Again, the sample size is 40, and here are the scores. Alright, raw scores. So we are asked to find decile 3, 5, and 8. Alright, so using our formula for decile for ungrouped data, where the sample size is 40, because there are 40 students who took the math exam. Again, the formula for decile is d sub k equals to kn over 10, where k is or are numbers from 1 to 9. And we are asked to find decile 3, 5, and 8. So using the formula, so replacing k by 3, since your k here is 3. Alright, then plugging in your n, which is 40, then over 10. So therefore, decile number 3 is at the 12th position. So let's proceed on decile 5. Again, your k here is 5 and your n is 40. Then divide it into 10. Therefore, that is, so decile 5 is at the 20th position. And lastly, let's look for decile 8. Again, your k is 8. Alright, plugging in your n, which is equal to 40 divided by 10. Therefore, the decile 8 is at the 32nd position. Then, of course, just like what we did a while ago at quartile, so we arrange these scores in descending order from 42 up to 100. Alright, 42 is the smallest for the lowest score, while 100 is the highest score. Take note that the 12th position is our decile 3, which is 54. And our decile 5 is at the 20th position, which is 66. And our decile 8 is at the 32nd position, which is 91. Thus, decile 3 is 54, decile 5 is 66, and decile 8 is 91. So that's how to get the decile for and group data. And finally, we're going to discuss now the percentiles for and group data. So for our formula, we have P sub k equals to kn over 100. So if you could notice, since we are talking about percentiles, we're going to divide kn into 100. Take note that our P is percentile, our k are numbers from 1 to 99, and of course n is still the sample size. So using the same exercise a while ago, the list of scores of math examination administered to 40 students. So again, your n is equal to 40 here, and here are the raw scores. So we are asked to find P50, P66, and P98. Alright, so using our formula, alright, for the percentile for group data, when n is equal to 40, because there are 40 students who took this exam, again, our formula is P sub k equals to kn over 100, where we are asked to find P sub 50, P sub 66, and P of 98. Alright, so let's proceed. So P of 50, your k is 50, and your n is 40, divided by 100. So we will arrive at 2000 over 100. So therefore, we can find P50 at the 20th position. So let's proceed at 66. Your k is 66 and your n is 40. And since this is percentile, we have to divide them into 100. Then 66 times 40 is equal to 2640 over 100. Then we will arrive at 26.4. So rounding off, so P66 is at the 26th position. Then let's talk about the last one, P98. Your k is 98 and your n is 40. Then divide into 100 since we are talking about percentiles. So 98 times 40, that is equal to 3920 over 100. So that would be equal to 3942.2 rather, or at the 39th position. So again, arranging the scores from the smallest to highest. So the smallest score is 42, the highest is 100. Our P50 is located at the 20th position, which is 66. Our P66 is at the 26th position, which is 77. And our P98 is at the 39th position, which is equal to 39. Hence, our P50 is equal to 66. Our P66 is 77. And our P98 is 99. So, I hope this exercise are very clear. Again, if there are some confusions and you feel you need to review, you may always pause the video, rewind, rewatch, then use your pen and paper to master the skill. So at this moment, so I guess you are ready to do your thing. So it's your turn, guys. So let's proceed. Okay, so list of scores resulting from a math examination administered to 40 students. So you are asked to find the decile 4, decile 6, decile 9, P45, P of 55, and P of 85. Alright, so I will give you 20 minutes to finish this. You may pause the video for 20 minutes, then go back and play. Alright guys, so let's do the checking. Your 20 minutes is gone. So for decile 4, alright guys, so decile 4 is at the 16th position, or simply 61. Our decile 6 is at the 24th position, which is 73. Our decile 9 is at the 36th position, which is 94. Our P45 is at the 18th position, which is 62. Our P55 is at the 22nd position, which is 69. And our P85 is at the 34th position, which is 93. I hope you got all these answers correctly, but if not, again, please don't feel bad. Just pause the video, rewind, rewatch, then redo. Use your pen and paper as much as you needed to. Alright? Okay. So until our next math kwentuhan, this is Sir G. Keep safe everyone. Goodbye.